Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have a very great and wonderful day. And it seems that Target is taking a big, massive L. Let's all go for hurrah, hurrah, because we all hate Target. This is also another thing that is hilarious because we're gonna go over a few things that that's been happening to Target recently that they continuously to endorse and put hundreds of millions of dollars into, only to get slapped in the face and laughed at because, you know, all the places that they kind of put money into is just so collapsed, and it's hilarious. Just take a look at this video.
Stores, including the one on 117th Street in Harlem. The stores will shutter for good on October 21st.
And as Fox 5's Arthur Chan reports, Target's blaming the closures on ongoing problems with theft and violence.
I just come out of there. I got me some eggs, some bananas, some avocados.
Anthony uses it for his groceries, and David is here for a birthday present.
I just bought a little something for my son, whose birthday is today.
Countless residents in East Harlem rely on this Target on East 117th Street, but now Target says it's closing this store in a matter of weeks, citing rampant shoplifting that threatens the safety of employees and customers.
They come here, they steal, they steal, they steal. And I told them, they're hurting the neighborhood.
This woman has worked at this Target location since it opened in 2010. She asked not to be identified, but shared with us her frustration with shoplifters who often come in mobs emptying shelves.
They thought they was being smart and everything, running in, running out. Just disrespectful to this store. You understand what I'm saying? They just disrespected the store to the tires. Now there's not going to be no more Target. Now what they going to do? Now what's going to happen to this neighborhood?
Surveillance.
Just to put a little message here, I feel and understand this woman's pain. She probably still voted Democrat, but I'm not going to put that label onto her. Because obviously I don't know her political ideology. All I do know is that she seems to be a normal human, working her life, doing her due, and these hoodlums, these garbage of human filth, come into her store and destroy and loot everything that's here. And she is obviously frustrated. This is what happens when you don't use the extent of the law to prosecute garbage human beings that deserve to be locked up in jail. This would probably be a great help if maybe, you know, our so-called country or some of these states would lock up these degenerate humans so that way we don't have this problem.
Surveillance videos like these routinely show brazen levels of criminal activity. Shoplifting on a large scale has become a national crisis, costing retailers over $112 billion in losses last year, according to a National Retail Federation survey. Target's East Harlem store is one of 9 locations. It's closing nationwide, all for the same reason. Other locations include San Francisco, Portland, and Seattle.
We may see other stores closing locations too, specifically in those big metro areas where, you know, the cost of rent is high. So it's really making a bigger impact on those stores.
CVS, the Rite Aids, they're all closing. These guys are shoplifting left and right, and it's horrible.
Not only is there a cost to this neighborhood, but this impacts all of the employees who work at this location. Target says they're going to try to absorb everybody into other Target stores. The residents here have some choice advice for shoplifters.
Get a job.
The lights will go out here permanently on October 21st at the Target in East River Plaza. Arthur Chien, Fox 5 News.
So what we have here is just the cause of effect when you don't have the ability to or you don't have the ability to arrest people where you're being shunned or where where the cops just can't do their job. Now, I understand that the cops are not in a very good high demand right now, and the cops are not wanting to come into a work that they're obviously disrespected in, and all that great stuff. But again, this is the thing that's been going on here, and where these continued far left I would say states and cities are not allowing the cops to do their job, not wanting to put them into jail, not putting in a harsh enough punishments, because it goes hand in hand. You can put them in jail, but say, for instance, if they get out like the next day, or, you know, honestly, it's like more like a month or two, then it doesn't really serve as a punishment. You need severe punishment to punish these people and have them potentially, you know, maybe getting a little bit of harsh jail time and dealing with the ruffians might show them to, or where they possibly have a little bit more extra fun time in the jail, if you know what I mean, that they'll probably rethink their ways. Because, it's just things like this that traumatize, and that really has to happen to you, my apologies, before you change your ways. It's just the way the matter of is. Here's another good video kind of showing the complete decay and destruction of what's happening in California, of all these great woke cities that are doing so amazing and superior to every other place.
7 News.
The countdown is on. In less than a month, these 3 Target stores in the Bay Area will all be shut down. And the reason? It's something we're seeing far too often. Good evening. I'm Karina Nova.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. San Francisco, Oakland, and Pittsburgh will all lose a Target store, and they'll lose them before Halloween. These are the 3 local stores Target announced today will be closing.
They are part of 9 store closures across the country affecting Portland, Seattle, and New York City. Target gave only one reason: retail theft.
ABC 7 News reporter Luz Pena is live in the newsroom. And Luz, this is really a big deal for a lot of people.
Massive deal, Dan. And Karina, Target categorized its decision as a difficult one, saying it implemented multiple strategies to try to operate these stores safely. But Target says none of those efforts succeeded. In less than a month, 3 Bay Area Target retail stores are set to close. Target, located on Century Boulevard in Pittsburgh, Broadway and 27th in Oakland, and the one located on Folsom in San Francisco, gone effective October 21st.
I think it is a disappointment, especially because I moved around the area to be close to shopping centers and things like Target and get my groceries.
Target is blaming organized retail theft for their closures, saying in part, "We cannot continue operating these stores because theft and organized retail crime are threatening the safety of our team and guests and contributing to unsustainable business performance."
I see them when they're in the front and they're taking things out of their bags. Yeah.
How often do you see that here?
I have seen it at least 3 times, and I don't come here that often, so I know it's bad around here. Yeah.
Rows of tents surround the area where Target on Folsom is located. Residents are not surprised by Target's decision here, pointing to a decline in safety.
So I'm not really sure why, security doesn't do something about it. I mean, I always see them inside not doing anything.
The closure of these stores go beyond retail convenience. Lynette Gibson McElhaney is a former Oakland council member who says this is a devastating loss for the community. She worked for 4 years to convince Target to open the store they're now closing here.
Target was a big fish for us. We now lost the CVS and Target, which is where people were being directed.
In San Francisco, Supervisor Matt Dorsey believes closures will continue unless more police officers are hired.
It breaks my heart. It's because we've seen this a lot in whether it's the mid-market area or the Whole Foods that closed in my neighborhood or the Westfield Mall.
He's proposing a charter amendment to fully staff SFPD in 5 years. What can be done today? What can San Francisco do today to prevent more stores from closing?
I honestly wish I had better answers on near-term solutions.
But time is ticking for residents like Yolanda, who's seen her city change before her eyes.
It takes a toll in the community, to be honest with you. It's San Francisco, it's not what it used to be.
And Oakland's mayor responded to the closure of Target in her city by saying she is disappointed by the news, and her goal is to continue working in partnership with members of the business community to help ensure their safety and success in the city. Now, there are still 32 Target stores in the San Francisco-Oakland market. In the newsroom, Luz Pena, ABC 7 News.
So obviously this is something that is a huge problem, but we could all rejoice of this because obviously Target is not the greatest place, and after they're trying to indoctrinate our children and all that other great stuff, I don't really have any sympathy for them. So we have this here, where we have the inside Target's $100 million investment in black communities, our latest effort in our commitment to advancing racial equity. We have this here. This $100 million investment is yet another example of Target's racial equity action and change strategy in action, building on the initial $10 million commitment we made in 2020 after the murder of George Floyd and the 10,000 hours of pro bono consulting services we provided for blacks indigenous and people of color owned small business in the Twin Cities, it also follows new commitments in 2021, including our plan to spend $2 billion with black-owned businesses, which are being destroyed, by the way, by 2025, and committing scholarships and ongoing professional resources to 1,000 black students through Target Scholars to support the next generation of black talent. I like how you're specifically only being racist and only targeting black people. Why can't we just target everybody that needs this? But of course, we all know that Target is an actual racist, so this is not really a surprise to me. Since over the past year, we've listened to the black community members across the country to better understand what resources are most needed to help eliminate barriers and advance social justice, and as a part of this new investment, Target will focus on infusing resources directly into black communities, including providing scholarships and support to students attending historical black colleges and universities, and all that great stuff. So yeah, let's keep on helping the black people, not make them responsible after hard work for anything, because white people don't need this. White people just really don't need all the help. I am pretty sure that all my friends that I have that are happen to be white and that are really down to the dumps don't have a lot of money to really spare, and they're really trying to struggle to get by. Yeah, I'm sure they just don't need this. I'm pretty sure that they're just the only people that are not struggling here. Right. So we have this here as well from End Wokeness. He says Target is closing down these 9 stores due to shocking. Notice a pattern. Oh, New York City market, Seattle market, San Francisco, Oakland market, and then Portland market. It's almost like we've seen the two things ring the bells in our ears. And it happens to be all far left stuff, in all Democratic areas. It's almost hilarious on why this is happening. It's like, these are the places, by the way, we have gone over multiple times on this channel about the New York City market, the New York, San Francisco, Portland, and all these places to where all their businesses have been shutting down due to crime. So this is not new. It's just, it's hilarious because all the things that Target is investing in is now going down the drain, being flushed, because, you know why? Because they are supporting woke ideology and woke policies. And due to this, they are now all after closing all of these places because, you know, well, you're supporting the crime and all the policies. We have this from Jimmy Dore, the idiot. The CEO of Target made $17 million last year. Weird that they just don't hire security guards in those 3 stores instead of closing them. Isn't it? Something is not right here. Target can't afford security guards? Really? Well, Jimmy Dore, the idiot of our time, how about we go over this? Because I think there's one thing that I left out that kind of explains all this.
Some of the safety strategies Target implemented to prevent this from happening.
Well, Karina, Target's team said they made significant investments to keep stores safe, including hiring private security guards, training their employees to de-escalate potential safety issues. They also partnered with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to combat retail theft and track organized crime groups. But it seems like it wasn't enough.
All right.
So yeah, Jimmy Dore, stupid idiot, fool, moron. I think it that explains everything that you just said. Because, well, they did invest into this stuff, and it still didn't work because the great black youths are still going out and stealing everything in these places. Mostly due to the fact that, you know, one, the police officers or the security guards can't do anything to arrest these people. In fact, California wants to make the great ever so law to where you can't go and touch these people, so therefore you'll be arrested if you do so. So they're being promoted to do more of this. And this kind of just escalates onto the fact that maybe, just maybe, the policies that you're endorsing, that you're not realizing, the fact that you just don't do enough research because you're a fool, you seem to understand that Target did do this. They did invest in these things, and it just didn't work. It's happening so often, so frequently, that it doesn't matter if they even do this. And as I would like to repoint my statement here, all these great places that you're talking about, ban it. You can't just arrest these people. They get out immediately, or you can't have security guards, or the security guards can't touch them or do anything. They just have to sit there and watch. So therefore, the security guards they're just wasting money. So now, yes, they have to go and shut down their stores because, well, it is pointless. They're wasting money. They're throwing money away. But good, because Target is a terrible woke store to begin with. They're garbage, and they don't really deserve to have any type of repentance. It's hilarious that I see this happening, but I guess this is what happens when you support woke ideology and you get slammed in the face. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care.